What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you, setting up a 125-gallon aquarium. If you missed it, last week we did the hardscape. Hardscape's the hard part. It's the fun part. Now it's time for the super fun part. Now it's time for the plants. And I actually have a strategy that I'm going to use with this. Here is a detailed plant listing of everything that we're bringing with this sucker. Bolbitis, lanceolata, aphyzelli, small boost, gigantea, you name it, I'm bringing it. It's all right here in a pile. I've actually got this pre-drawn out ahead of time. I had a little bit of a vision, and it's actually coming. We're gonna go dark to light. Dark on the outside, light in the middle, and we're gonna work all kinds of crazy plants into this hardscape here. I'm super jacked about it because I have a lot of awesome hardy plants. This tank is not dirted, so we're gonna have to feed it, which I'm gonna show you guys throughout this video. So if you like this type of video, hit the subscribe button and you'll be seeing more of it. Let's get after it. So bolbitis right here. The tips got a little dried out. It's okay, it'll completely be fine once it gets back into water. Bolbitis, hudalati. I'm gonna go each side. So I've got one side for bolbitis, another side right here. So I've got bolbitis all day long. Super hardy, comes from Africa. And we're gonna start with the darkest plants, work our way into gradually less dark plants to the middle where we're gonna get light. And I always like to leave a bag, or in this case, a bag of or six things of gravel to kind of like tie stuff down. So right here I've got a little loose spot. Bolbitis can have its rhizome down in gravel, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and utilize some of this gravel here as like my patchwork gravel. So I'll just kind of pour it down on there and then pull the plant out of it. Kind of work it in. So I've got the bolbitis over there. Now I want to work in the lanceolata. Lanceolata coming in pretty fire. Obviously all of these are available on dustinsfishtanks.com. Do not leave this video to go and buy stuff. During the roots, not the rhizome. So this is all being done without water. Everything is kind of laid over a little bit. It'll all perk up when there's water around it. Bolbitis does not care. It's favorite plants. I found that the rhizome of bolbitis doesn't care to be buried. So that's how I roll. Now I'm going, the philosophy of this tank is dark green into the center, rainbow. So dark green, lighter green, light green, yellow, orange, the whole deal. And while I love this piece right here, I love Anubias gigantea more. So it needs to come in the front. This is actually a cooler plant in my book than the one I just put. It's got this trident looking leaf on it that's just killer. So I'm stuffing that down in there. Gigantea is not the easiest Anubias. It's still an Anubias, so it's still pretty easy, but definitely my favorite. And I love the spearhead look to it. Like, see how that's got the leaves like that with the arrowhead leaves? I love that. And we're gonna work some down in here too. And I have tested the Anubias gigantea in the way I'm planting it right now, so I know that it's okay with having its rhizome stuck down. I really want a centerpiece, the gigantea in this tank, because it's just one of my favorites. There we go. What do you think, fish tank people? I don't have any aphyzelli in this side, but I kind of like that there's no aphyzelli in that side, because I kind of like that's darker and that's different over there. So I'm going to leave that. Originally the plan was to have bolbitis, gigantea, lanceolata. This is the gigantea side. There's no gigantea on that side. There you go. See if anybody notices. So we're gonna work it in now. We're gonna close out the Anubias Africa chapter. We're gonna move into the bacopa level. We're gonna get all these plants somewhat sorted out of here. I want to go from the dark greens to the lighter greens. Look at how this is bacopa yellow flame at its finest. You will not buy a better plant from anybody online than me with this bacopa yellow flame. I guarantee it. It's a bold statement, but that's pretty fire. So check that out. Now the bacopa Mineri. Super duper easy plant. It's going to give us some contrast with all the other stuff. We're going to take it out of the rubber band, and they say, the Japanese say that the process of like playing with the plants is to the tank. So that's how you get to the tank. Per the customer's request, I would be planting these significantly deeper than I am. It's not dirt, it doesn't matter, it's bacopa Mineri. So it's okay that it falls over because it's not supported by water. And I like the contrast with the Mineri and the anubias right next to it. I'm gonna make this Mineri come up the cliff just like that, like this and like that, and like this, and extra gravel. We got moneywort, we got pennywort. Josh hates this plant, I hated this plant. I've grown to love it because it just grows like a weed, does not care, and is actually perfect for back here. And you won't be able to see it initially, but it'll come on strong because it's going to be underneath the standard double. But it's going to look real cool back here behind. So he's barely going to be able to see that, but in time she will come on strong. Hydrocotta lucifera, also known as pennywort. It's bacopa yellow flame. Did I mention I like this plant? It just got the red flames. Now honestly, this plant is not going to stay as red in here just because of lack of nutrients. I mean, he's not doing the water changes we are, but it will certainly still look cool. Kapow! Kapow! I'm doing a little halftime hardscape adjustment because I want to make sure that this log stays exactly where it is. So I'm actually wiring this down, which sucks and is ugly, but I'll be able to cover it up with plants, so it doesn't matter. But I want to make sure this log is affixed to this log without any problem. So I'm gonna tighten this up, and that will just make sure that this piece stays, because it's such a it's a vulnerable piece being up like that. So I want to make sure it stays on. So I'll take this ugliness for what I'm going to get in exchange. I'm going to plant all the way through there, so this will all be covered in just a sec. All right, now it's time to fill her up. I told him it's going to be ugly. The first fill is going to be ugly because just all the dust and everything's going to settle. I'm using the stuff. This is the ACCR. I buy it in the huge box, so that's why I have it in this cup. But this is the dechlor. It's time for your moment of zen, my friend. We got a couple of more spots I want to work some stuff in, but I want to see what's happening. What do you think, my friend? Exceeded your expectations, huh? That's cool, man. Hygrophila stricta. Sagittarius oblata, its cousin Sagittarius. Love it. What do you think, fish tank people? I think it's looking pretty killer. The Mr. Customer said it exceeded his expectations. Do want to point out a quick thing here. You better hit the subscribe button, like button, and share button if you care. I had to leave some rocks up here because the driftwood is not fully waterlogged. It will be soon, so it's messing up my scape there. But overall, I'm pretty pumped about it. Hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, and drop me a comment on what you think about this 125. Tank on, everybody. Later. Boom, boom.